Well, hello, and welcome to my latest video, movie review, K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, you're saying to yourself, Julian, you disgraced yourself with the Thursday Murder Club. Oh, I got some comments on that. And now you're doing K-pop Demon Hunters. Well, I'll tell you for why. I'll tell you for why. And somebody I know said they would like me to watch K-pop Demon Hunters and do a review of it. So, for that particular person, here it is. And if you would like me to do a review of, I don't know, of a film or a book or a TV program or, I don't know, a theatre thing, you might have to buy me a ticket for the theatre, then please ask me and I will be happy to do it. There may be a fee or there may not be a fee. I haven't decided anyway. So what is K-pop Demon Hunters, you're asking yourself? Well, the first thing to say is it's a cartoon, all right? And now I know cartoon isn't the correct nomenclature. I think they call it an animation, do they? Is it anime? I don't think it's anime, but I don't really know what anime is. So I'm going to call it animation, but in my 69-year-old world, I'm going to call it a cartoon. And it's about K-pop, which is Korean pop music. Okay, that's the basic. That's what underlies the story. I know absolutely nothing about Korean pop music, and I know very little about Korea, if I'm honest. I know there's a South Korea, I know that there's a North Korea. I know that North Korea is bad and South Korea is good, but that's about as far as I go. Anyway, so there's a long history in Korea of girl bands fighting demons. I mean, did you know this? I didn't know this, apparently there is. And then this band emerges to fight the demons. And this band is called Huntrix. Right? Now, they said this a kind of few times during the film. I couldn't quite catch the sound of it, you know, being of an elderly persuasion. I was like, what was the name of the band? Anyway, finally I saw it written on a poster, so I knew it was Huntrix. And there's three of them in this band. And I may have to refer to my notes, which I don't often do when I'm making a video. In fact, I hardly ever do. Don't tell me that it shows. Anyway, the three girls, now I'm saying girls, they are, I guess, teenagers. I don't know what age they're supposed to be. I'm going to say 16, 17, something like that. If they're a lot younger, I'm sorry. If they're a lot older, I'm also sorry. But one thing about it, they don't have the voices of 16-year-old girls. They all sound like they're voiced by women, ladies in their 20s. My son said to me, well, it's been a bit pedantic, but it was just something that I noticed. Anyway, they are called Mira, Joey and Rumi, R-U-M-I. Now that isn't like, you know, you're going to an estate agent and they say, oh, we've got this new flat, it's a bit roomy. No, it's not, it's R-U-M-I, which seems to be some kind of shaman, wizard, warlock, witch, mythical creature, let's say, or a philosopher, perhaps. Again, I know very little about Korea. And they have to fight the demons, right? I don't know why they fight the demons, but they're always fighting demons in this kind of film. Anyway, they are flying to a gig, possibly in America, I'm not sure. And the air stewardess, what we used to call, and people of my age still do call an air stewardess, but I think is now popularly referred to as cabin crew, all right, reveals themselves, yes, and this may be a Ryanair flight, may even be a Wizz Air flight, I'm not sure, but it reveals themselves to be a demon. Anyway, there's a big flight, they defeat the air stewardess and the rest of the cabin crew, and they land in wherever it is, let's say LA, where they're going to have this big concert. Now, meanwhile, all right, down in Demon World, okay, Demon World is somewhere behind Aldi, I'm not sure. The big demon, and the big demon is always a kind of fiery, mythical, not clearly defined creature. It's always got a man's voice, but you never kind of see the man. Anyway, the poor cabin crew, right, who was supposed to have defeated Huntrix on the plane, okay, stay with me, comes and throws themselves at the feet of the demon. The demon says, you have betrayed me. And then one imagines they're kind of dispatched like a Blofeld character in a James Bond film. Anyway, this young lad pipes up who may have been kidnapped. Anyway, I don't know how he's ended up in the demon court. And he says the way to defeat the K-pop band Huntrix, the three girls, stay with me, is to create a boy band, and then we'll disguise ourselves as a boy band. We're secretly demons underneath, but we'll disguise ourselves as a boy band, and that's how we will catch and defeat the three girls. Okay, so far so good. Now there are 5 boys in the band, 3 girls in the girl band, but 5 boys in the boy band. Not quite sure. Were there 5 in Take That and Westlife and the Rolling Stones? I mean, they weren't a boy band. When they kind of were a boy band when they started, but anyway, that's not the point of the story. And their names are, I'm referring to my list again, Mystery, Romance, Baby. Now, I didn't catch the last 2 names. It may have been Cheeky, Stumpy, Lumpy and Numpty, but it may have been something else. And I know if it was Cheeky, Stumpy, Lumpy and Numpty, Mystery, Romance and Baby, there'd be 7 of them, whereas in fact there were 5. Okay, so not sure. And their big hit, right, is called Soda Pop. All right, and Soda Pop, what is Soda Pop? It's not Coca-Cola, is it? It's not Fanta. It's not, what is it, Red Bull, Iron Brew? It's obviously some kind of fizzy drink with a non-determinative name, all right, and it becomes a massive hit. And of course, I was dancing around like a bloody demon watching this thing. I thought this song was brilliant. It goes, oh, Soda Pop, we love you, Soda Pop, yeah, yeah, yeah. Soda Pop, we love you, Soda Pop, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's going round the world, and I'll probably get a copyright strike on this video because my version is right up there. You've got to say it's right up there. Anyway, one of the boy band, did I tell you who they're called? They're called Saja Boys, S-A-J-A. May mean something in Korea? I don't know. Anyway, they're called Saja Boys. And they are kind of, you know, pretty boys. They're, I suppose, kind of, what is it, Young Direction? Were they Young Direction? I can't remember. Harry Styles, One Direction. What's happened to you, Julian? One Direction. And were there 5 in One Direction? I'm not sure. Anyway, they are pretty boys in the boy band. They're called Saja Boys. They have this big hit called Soda Pop. And it ends up, of course, in a big kind of battle of the bands thing, where the girls have to play their song, their big hit, which is called Golden, and the boys play their big hit, which is called Soda Pop, and then the audience kind of chooses which is the winner of the Idol kind of Eurovision sort of song contest type thing. Imagine that. Anyway, one of the Huntrix, one of the girls, is actually a demon. Oh, the big reveal when this happened. I mean, I was shocked. I thought, you know, they were these clean living girls. They were going to conquer the universe, and then the baddies who were the boys were the demons. They were going to conquer the universe from their side. And it turns out that one of the girls, who's called Joey, kind of an androgynous name, that isn't it, is a demon underneath, and she has sort of tattoos, but they don't call them tattoos. They call them patterns. And perhaps that's because they're not actually tattoos. Anyway, she's got patterns on her skin, which can be seen in a certain light. Anyway, the boy, it may be Numpty, I'm not sure. It may be Mystery, I can't quite remember. And her, Joey, they develop a kind of romantic attraction. Not too romantic, because this is essentially a film for kids. And they create a sort of pact, because he knows that she's secretly a demon underneath, and she knows that he's secretly a good guy underneath his demon kind of costume, you know, his demon pretty boy face. Not his pretty boy face, he's really a demon. Her pretty girl face, she's really a demon, but she's a demon who doesn't want to be a demon, and he's a demon who doesn't want to be a demon either. Anyway, it ends up in a kind of climactic battle. Bits of it is on the roof of a train, but I didn't quite understand where the train was going. And, well, I mean, you know the ending, don't you? I mean, the girls win, big surprise. And then the 3 girls all have a bath together, which I kind of thought was, is that my age thing? Is that a man thing? Thinking, well, it's a little bit weird. Anyway, I'm gonna sing. Like they make a speech. Okay, so the girls, they're on stage. They're about to face off against the demons, and one of the girls, I think it's probably Joey, makes a speech, and she says, "We are hunters, voices strong, slaying demons with our song. Fix the world and make it right when darkness finally meets the light." Now it doesn't quite scan, does it? Try and do it again. "We are hunters, voices strong, slaying demons with our song. Fix the world and make it right when darkness finally meets the light." It's just one extra syllable in that last line. It makes you think. I mean, they must have spent millions, absolutely millions, on this thing. I mean, I mean, it's not CGI. It's animation. I don't know how they make animation. It's not puppets. I mean, is it all drawn, or is it just they press a button and AI does it? I don't know. Anyway, and they just couldn't. They couldn't be asked, right, to spend an extra couple of minutes removing that syllable so that the line kind of scanned properly. Right, now I'm going to change my tune. Right, I'm not a 69-year-old bloke. Right, I am a 14-year-old girl. I could be a boy, but I think this film is generally going to appeal to girls. Am I wrong about that? I guess the 14-year-old boys can watch it for the girls, and the 14-year-old girls can watch it for the boys, and then everyone can join in. Now, what's kind of really enjoyable about this film, what's kind of wonderful in a way, is you know, if you have an iPhone or any kind of smartphone, I suppose, and you take a photograph, it's all processed so the colours really pop, okay? They really burst in a way that life as a whole doesn't, okay? There is a kind of there's a kind of dullness, there's a kind of grey patina to our lives. And I'm not talking about our internal lives, I'm talking about our kind of external lives. Maybe if we lived in, I don't know, Seoul or Los Angeles, then colours do pop. Maybe they pop in the teenage universe. They certainly pop in this film. So they are wonderful, beautiful, bright blues and greens and yellows and purples and lilacs and mauves and magentas and name your own colours. I've kind of run out of colours. So it's glorious in that way. The songs, well, they're all of a type, aren't they? These kind of, I haven't seen Frozen, but I saw Pinocchio. I mean, I saw Beauty and the Beast. I saw Aladdin. You know, I mean, the songs are brilliant. This isn't a Disney film, but the songs in these kind of animations, they're always brilliant. They're always great. And I think Soda Pop, I think is one. Oh, Soda Pop, give me some Soda Pop. Yeah, I'll have a pint of Soda Pop, please, mate. Stick a bit of gin in there. Oh, can't do that, sir. You're only 14 years old. Right, I'm going back into 14-year-old persona. Right, so I'm a 14-year-old girl, I'm a 14-year-old boy. I love it. It's brilliant because when you're 14, right, life is so simple, isn't it? Life is so straightforward, and you can disappear into this universe where there are baddies in the form of demons, as there are in life, and they can be defeated, as they can be in life, although generally they're not defeated in life. But in the Sony Pictures K-pop Demon Hunters world, your demons are always vanquished. Now, there's a couple of kind of knowing, funny lines in it, I suppose because the adults take their kids to it. There's a bit where the manager of Huntrix, who's called Bobby, who's always looking at his phone, which is the career, I suppose, for you, mentions at one point he gets 3% of their earnings. And I thought, a manager who gets 3%, come on, they're not working for less than 25%. I bet in the K-pop universe they're probably not working for less than 50% because all the bands are manufactured. But anyway, that's kind of in joke. The other thing about it is they're teenagers, okay, so they're pretty boys, they're pretty girls. There is no acne to be seen, right? There is no spot to blot their perfect skin, and there's no little moustache, no little beard, even on the boys. Oh, Julian, you had to make that joke, didn't you? So, what's it like? Well, if you're 14, right? And for the purposes of this part of the video, I'm going to be 14. I thought it was great. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's you know, it's fun. You know, there's a lightweight but decent story. There's a moral. You know, good triumphs over evil, and the girl who has some badness underneath. She's really good. The goodness comes out, and the boy who has some goodness underneath. The badness comes out, and then the goodness triumphs, because of course good always triumphs over evil, as we know, except in Russia and places like that. Oh, Julian, you had to forget the politics, because this is K-pop Demon Hunters. There is no politics in this world. There is no unpleasantness. There is no nastiness. There's only demons who live, and they kind of monsters. But the monsters are actually quite attractive, aren't they? They're not funny. Again, I guess it's 14-year-olds. You don't want monsters to be too scary, because people aren't going to enjoy the film. So, it's on Netflix, by the way. Should you watch it? Well, let me put it like this. If you're 14, right, and you have a choice between K-pop Demon Hunters and the Thursday Murder Club, watch K-pop Demon Hunters, okay? If you're 65 and you have a choice between K-pop Demon Hunters and the Thursday Murder Club, watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Right? It's not even a choice. It's brilliant. Whereas Thursday Murder Club is rubbish with a capital R. So what's it like? Yeah, it's brilliant. Should you go and see it? Well, get a Netflix subscription. You know, cash in your grandparents, sell a kidney, and get Netflix and watch K-pop Demon Hunters, because I can't wait for part 2, and I can't wait for the sing-along version, because I'm gonna dress up like a K-pop artist. I'm gonna get myself a couple of big bottles of soda pop, and I'm gonna dance, and I'm gonna sing along to what is a wonderful experience of a cinematic art. So there you are. Thanks for watching. See you next time.